welcome to the Dogwood Knits podcast. My name is Vicki, and hello to the returning viewers. Welcome back, and to the new viewers, thank you for joining. I hope you enjoy the podcast. This is a knitting podcast. I go over things I'm working on, things I've acquired, finished stuff, show you what I've got going. You can find me on Instagram as dogwood.knits. And you can find me on Ravelry as Dogwood Knit. I do keep my Ravelry page up, so most of the projects that you see here, you'll see on there with all the details and everything. I'm excited to get started. I actually have some finished objects, which I haven't had in a while to show you guys. So I'm excited about that. And then I do have a couple acquisitions, and I am working on a few things as well. So I guess I'll just get going. So you can see I'm in my living room that is decorated for the holidays, so I had to move a little bit. I hope the lighting's okay for you guys because I'm definitely in a different position than normal. But we'll just get going and I'll show you what I've got. So first things first, I've mentioned on the past couple podcasts about my son Theo. He's 3 years old. I knit him a Christmas sweater every year, and I have finished this year's sweater. So we actually already went and took pictures with Santa, and he wore it. He never really wears my sweaters very long. He tends to just wear them for a little bit and then take them off, but I enjoy doing it, so I don't really care either way. But here it is, all finished in its glory. Came out a lot larger than expected, and I even went down a size. And my gauge is on, so I'm not really sure what happened here. This is called the Atlas Pullover. There is a cardigan version. It was a Brooklyn Tweed pattern, and I also used Brooklyn Tweed yarn on this. So I've talked extensively on previous podcasts about what I used and all of that, so I'll just kind of quickly go over colors and what yarn. It's their Loft, which is a fingering. I used Long Johns as the main color, which is that red. The dark color is cast iron, and the lighter gray is Snowbound. Things of note. It was a bottom up, and I've mentioned before I do prefer top down, but it wasn't a big deal at all. Everything came together great. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I did have to get a different dye lot. I can tell the difference between the reds. Not sure if you can or not, but is what it is. It's not a big deal. Really, you can't tell unless you're really, really looking. What else about this? The neck is a bit wide. I have pictures of it on my Instagram, and I also have some on Ravelry of him wearing it, and you can kind of see that it's big. I don't think that has to do with this being super wide. I think it has more to do with this is a 2T. He's 3 and wears 3T and everything else. This is still huge on him. So again, I'm not really sure where I went wrong. I did not even block the whole sweater. I just did a steam block on the yoke, just to sort of flatten out the color work because I was so worried about it growing at all. I will say it'll definitely fit him next year. Maybe even the year after that, I'm not really sure. Probably not, but it'll definitely fit him next year, so that's great. And honestly, we can put layers under it. He already wore it. It snowed here. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, and last week we had a big storm and a lot of snow and all of that, and he wore it out in the snow and played in it, and it was good because we had a bunch of layers under it. But super cute sweater. It's beautiful. It came out beautiful. Other than the size, I don't really have any complaints on it. I did roll the sleeves. I did specifically do the sleeves a little bit long, hoping that it would last him a little longer. I swear he grows overnight. So yeah, so this is the Atlas sweater, all done and finished. This is the 2019 Christmas sweater, so I haven't yet, but I will put the year on the inside. I'd like to put that inside of all of his sweaters so that we can reference the year that I knitted that for him. But yeah, highly recommend the pattern. The yarn's great. I've worked with Brooklyn Tweed quite a bit. I'm always really happy with it. Their color palette is just so great too. So yeah, Atlas sweater. Theo's got a sweater. Another one that he'll probably wear twice, but you know, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I'm happy with that. So that was one finished object. I have 2 more. If you can imagine, I have 3 projects I finished. So I've been knitting quite a bit, which has been great. It feels wonderful. The next one I have, oh, I only brought one blocker, but I'll show you both, but I do only have one blocker, so let me put it on here. These are my Christmas socks for myself. So I believe I had one done already and was working on the second, which I've got the second here. So I do have a pair. I was wearing them, so they actually probably need to be washed. I've worn them quite a bit. So I'm gonna show you some of my dirty socks, but still they're beautiful. So this is my Christmas socks. They came out so great. It's just a simple vanilla pattern. I did a 1x1 on the cuff, and I do 64 stitches for myself. The yarn is a Homespun house, and this is one of her 2016 Christmas colors. It's called Under the Mistletoe, and this is on a stellina base, gold stellina, but honestly, unless the sun's like shining on these, you don't really see it, which I really like. It's a subtle stellina, which is wonderful, but hopefully you're picking up these colors and I'm not washing out here again. I don't fully know how the lighting's going here, but yeah, so heel flap gusset, that's what I like for my heels. And I did a red up here, super festive. Again, I have a pair. They probably need to be dipped in some wool wash right now. Oh look, they even have like food on the bottom. It's so gross. So sorry about that, but they're well loved already. So yeah, they came out great. Really happy with them. These knit up so fast when you just do vanilla socks. It's so quick. I do have these on my Twig and Horn sock blockers. I love these. They were a gift a few years ago. I have two, but again, I think my other one's at my desk. So just show you one sock. But yeah, so those are done. I have a pair. It always feels good to have a pair of socks, doesn't it? Versus just one. And then the next thing, it's pretty exciting. There's going to be a giveaway involved with this too, guys. The designer is so sweet. So she... Let me find the right bag here. It's a hat. So I had mentioned I was test knitting a hat. And, oh darn, I don't have the pattern in here. So it's Kim Jackson is the designer. Here is the hat. It is, I held Mohair and fingering tweed. Fingering tweed. You get it. Together, I can put it on. It's super cute. Came out so nice. Sorry, I know I'm gonna totally mess up my hair, but not that my hair is super fancy or anything. Love it, love it, love it. It fits great. This color is gorgeous. This is House of Alamode yarn. I'm hoping you guys are picking up. It's cabling through here and then seed stitch throughout the rest of the hat. I did not make it super slouched. You absolutely could. I specifically did that on purpose because I don't tend to wear super slouchy hats. Super warm. Notice that the brim is a folded brim, so it's double, which is so warm around the hat, the ears. I'll try and get it close up. I really hope you guys can pick up this color. It's this beautiful mauve. Yeah, so this pattern's awesome. It has been released. It's called the Salt and Honey Slouch. And I'll be giving away a pattern. So the designer is so sweet. She reached out the other day and said if I wanted to give a pattern away to one of my viewers, I absolutely could. What I'll do is I'll gift it on Ravelry. So ultimately you would enter the giveaway. Sorry. And then I will I'll tell you this, I get out of breath so easy. So sorry if I'm huffing and puffing. I'm getting to that point in the pregnancy where I feel like my lungs are just being compressed and I can't breathe. Anywho, so giveaway. What I'm going to do is I will announce it on Instagram. That's where I'll have people enter the giveaway. And then I'll pick a winner and you'll get a free pattern and I'll gift it to you on Ravelry. So if you don't want to wait for the giveaway or you just want to buy the pattern, it is available and it's called the Salt and Honey Slouch. So super cute. And I'm so sorry, I had it printed out, but I don't know what I did with the printout. But yeah, I'll say this. I know Christmas is Wednesday. honestly, this knit up super fast if you're a quick knitter. Think you are holding 2 strands, so it's a little bit more of like sport weight versus fingering. You could potentially have it done for a gift, I will say. And I'm pretty sure that anybody would be happy to get this. Secretly, I'm gonna tell you, my mom, every time I've been knitting this in front of her, she's like, oh, I love it so much. I love it so much. I'm gonna buy the pattern. I'm gonna knit it, but I love your color. I love your, she keeps bringing up the yarn and how much she loves it. I will say I do have quite a bit left over. I don't know that I have enough to do another hat, but I do have quite a bit left over. I'm thinking these might become socks. This leftover might be socks, but she's getting the hat for Christmas. She just doesn't know yet, obviously. And I don't think she'll watch this in time to know. At least I hope not. Otherwise, I just totally messed up the surprise. But she's just, every time I see her and I had this out, she was obsessing over it. So I think that she deserves it. So she'll get it for Christmas. So yeah, those are my finished objects, which I honestly, having 3, I feel like is pretty good. And now you guys don't have to hear me talk about Theo's sweater again or something like that. I can move on to other stuff. So yeah, I think that they came out really good. I'm excited to have some projects done. It always feels good to get some stuff off the needles and you feel way less guilty casting on more. At least I do. But I am working on some stuff. I did pull something out of hibernation, which I'm holding here in my Dogwood knits bag. So this is the large version in the Bordeaux color. Yeah. So this I have been working on and off. But I have finally made it to section, hold on, 5, right? Yes, section 5 of 6. So I'm so close. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And it is the Vertices Unite by Stephen West. Let me show you the picture here. So Vertices Unite, which I have shown this before, but then it sort of got put in hibernation. I am doing the large version, so that is what he's holding up there. There is a small option as well to do a smaller version. I really like to really wrap them around my neck. So the smaller, I was a little worried I wouldn't have enough to really wrap around. This is the smaller version here. Super fun. Of course, his patterns are always so well written, so it's really easy to follow. Yeah, so I'm really excited about it. And the more sections I'm adding here, and now that I've gotten where I am, it's kind of an awkward shape right now, but once I'm done, of course, it'll make more sense. But I've gotten 2 sections done, I think, since the last time I showed this. So it's really big. So I don't even know I'm really going to show you. But this section of my pop of color, if you will, here, I finished that. So ultimately, this will have around the whole outside, it's going to have an I-cord edging. Which I love a good I-cord edging. I think it just makes things look so finished. I just really like the way that looks. But this here is this color. This is all MadelineTosh yarn. Most of it's the singles except for this. This is the Euro sock in Carbon Dating. Absolutely obsessed with this color. So glad that I pulled it out of the stash to use on this. The rest of it... So I do have all colors are represented at this point. This here is El Greco, and this is in the single ply. So it's just I guess it's Tosh Merino, but it's the single ply yarn. But I don't know if it's gonna show up or not. At first I thought it was black, but the more I know with it, it is actually a navy. I mean, it's got some dark gray variegation to it, but it's definitely a navy, I would say. And then on here, I have stripe. This is also the single ply. Now I'm testing myself. Antique Lace is the lighter color. I wrote it down because I knew I wasn't going to remember this. Let me see here. Sorry. was gonna try and do it from memory, but vintage lace. I didn't even get the name right. So vintage lace and Dust Bowl. Okay. I knew I was gonna figure it out. So this is vintage lace and Dust Bowl here. For that, that's the really large. That was the first section. So this big section here was the first one. And then over here, again, that's the El Greco. So that's where you're getting that navy again. And then the white I use, so there's a couple other options. It's not antler, but antler would totally work. Paper. The one I used is called Paper. Antler's another creamy white color like that. I always get them mixed up because I do use both of those quite a bit because they're kind of just the perfect soft white, I feel like. So yeah, so I have 2 more sections. They are both, make sure I'm not fibbing to you. No, just one. So the next one I'm going to pick up along, to think of where I am on here. I'm sorry, I'm flipping around. It's so big. I'll pick up along here. It's going to be another striped section. And then I'll have another solid section, and then I'm done. And then I'll have to do the edging. I am gonna do the I-cord edging all in the dark color. I'm pretty sure. I think that's gonna look the best for it. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. I can't wait. Fingering weight shawls are by far, for me, the best. Right now I'm also like running 30 degrees warmer than I usually do. So I really haven't worn too much of anything heavier than fingering weight stuff at the moment, and I don't know that I really will be able to because I'm just getting so hot right now. But yeah, I'm really excited about this, and it was good to sit down and finish 2 sections because it's kind of just been lingering in my bags of unfinished stuff. And you know when something's there and you really want to wear it and you're thinking to yourself like, I just need to finish this. So when I was done with the test knit of that hat, I pulled this out and was able to knock out 2 more sections. The next 2 sections aren't that big, so I think it'll be pretty quick once I can sit down and devote all my time to this. But, of course, I've already set it aside because I am doing another test knit. So I'm excited about these 2. These are socks, and they're Colorwork socks, which is the first time I've done Colorwork socks, actually. I have never really knitted a pair of Colorwork socks. I've done, you know, I tend to do really simple socks because I just like what I really enjoy about knitting socks is just really not having to think about anything and just having something that's super easy to do. But these caught my eye. The designer was posting them. Now I'm going to totally butcher all. She has a podcast. Fiber Tales on YouTube. She's also on Instagram as Fiber Tales. I believe she's out of Denmark. And I'm going to totally probably butcher the name of the sock, so I will show you. And this pattern, like I said, it's the test version. So I think we have till end of January to finish testing. So I'm not sure when the actual pattern will be released. I'm assuming soon after that. But it's the Loope sock. Is the name? Again, I could totally be saying that wrong. These are so awesome. So it's got a lice stitch. I guess that's what you call it. Here, got my needles. Sorry, I just picked up the gusset stitches here. But I'm so excited about these. Look at how cute these are. So I went stash diving. This color, this heel color, and around here, that's a Latvian braid. So that's, I don't know, hopefully you can kind of see the sideways stitches there. So I think that came out really cool. And these are my signature needles, guys. I just got them for my birthday and I love them. I will say I've already drawn blood. They're extremely sharp, and I never realized how much I actually touched the tip of a needle I didn't think I really ever pushed on that, but I guess I do. And I drew blood the other day because I totally like stabbed myself with this thing, but they're amazing. So those are I only have one pair of double points. They're a bit pricey. And I do like my Chiagoos that I usually use for double points, but anyway, it was a treat for my birthday. So here they are again. That's a partridge heel on there. They've been a joy to knit. I'm using Knit Picks, the white and the black are Knit Picks Stroll. And that's just the bear. And then again, the black. And then this other color should look familiar because that's actually the carbon dating from the Vertices Unite. So I have leftover because there's only one section in the Vertices Unite that takes that color. So I have plenty left over for socks. I think I only have a little bit here. Yeah, but I have even more than that. So I think that worked out great. I really love the colors, but I think these are going to be so cozy and awesome. Like I said, today, I think I got done. I turned the heel and picked up all my gusset stitches, and now I'm decreasing. On here, I have a little mountain. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Little mountain progress keeper. And that is from Cedar River. You can find her on Etsy. I believe she's out of Canada. But she makes really, really pretty progress keepers. I have this, and then I think I have a little cottage as well, which is really cute too. But again, super happy. The pattern has been very easy to follow. The color work you can memorize. I mean, yes, there's a chart for it. But you could easily memorize. Now that the pattern started, I know what I'm, doing and how many rows in between. So super easy. So really, although it is color work and there's some excitement to it, it's not far off from a vanilla sock really, because it's just round and round. There isn't anything too complicated in it. And the color work's so easy to memorize, but I'm super excited about that. So I figure this will be done, not too long from now, the first one at least, and then I'll have to cast on the second. But yeah, so that's a work in progress, and I guess that's really my only works in progress. I have some other stuff that I've sort of just set aside. I was finishing up my weekender sweater, but I haven't really touched that in a while because I'm kind of pushing on these two things here. I want to get the socks done. I did do... Oh, darn, I forgot to grab it. I have another finished object, you guys. 4 finished objects, and I didn't even show it to you. Let me lean over here. I might have to cut this out and come back. Okay, I'm back. Just had to cut that out. I had to lean over. So this I just made, gosh, I think I did it in a couple hours, and I hope you can see it okay. It's called the Wee Jolly Elf, and it's a Church Mouse Yarns as a shop, I believe up in Washington State, and it's a pattern they have, and this is so adorable. So it doesn't usually, the pattern doesn't have the I-cord hook here. This is a gift for somebody, so I'm giving it as an ornament. You can do different sizes. They have you put, I did not put the washer, it has you put a metal washer inside because they would stand up normally, and you could have different sizes of these cute little adorable elves. It takes no time to knit, so it's a great last minute gift knit. But yeah, I love it. I love that it has little arms, a little scarf. It hardly uses any yarn. I think the little scarf is Quince and Co. Finch, so this is fingering. You can do it in DK as well. I think you just use a larger needle, and you'll get a larger elf, of course. And then the red color is wool, and I don't remember the base. I'd done a sweater for myself in it, and I had some left over, so yeah. But there's my Jolly Wee Elf, I think is what it's called. But super cute, super fun. Like I said, I added this, but all I just did was a 3-stitch I-cord, and then I just sewed it in. So it was really easy to do that. So yeah, I forgot that I finished that. And like I said, this probably took me, I think the longest part was like kind of putting the scarf on and sewing so that you could see the kind of you pinch this together and sew it to get the little arms. I mean, I feel like that took me longer than any of the knitting did, because it is all done in one piece minus the scarf. You start at the bottom and go up, and this is short rows for the face and stuff like that. So super easy and fun. So yeah, I think that is it as far as knitting goes, which I feel like I've done a lot. I've accomplished a lot. At least I'm feeling as though I did. I'm gonna put this needle back in here. Next, I will talk a little bit about some of the acquisitions I've had. Let's see here. I got this. So I'm super excited about this bag. It did come with stitch markers and a progress keeper from Wool & Forest. Unfortunately, I did not bring those over here with me, so I'll have to show you those next time because they are adorable. They're beautiful. But it was a holiday set that came with the bag, which is by the Lakeside. So Sandy by the Lakeside, I believe is what she is on Instagram. I believe she is a Canada maker as well. This was a special holiday bag she did. I love that it has a mustard zipper, and then on the inside is this gingham print, which is cute too. I have one of her other bags that has, I think her like original series or whatever. Her traditional ones have like chambray or denim at the top, and I do have one of those that I got ages ago, but I thought this was really fun. Her stuff's super high quality, really well made, perfect size. It's a good hat, sock type bag, and I think this was like walking through the forest, and then it came with the stitch markers and progress creepers from Wool & Forest that matched, so that was really cool. So that was my first acquisition of the holiday season. And then the rest is all yarn. I finally got in on an update from Voolenvine. So I do get her emails all the time. She does weekly updates on her yarn. Her yarn sells out in like 5 minutes. So I was on there, you know, clicking, trying to get it. And I got some. So I'm super excited about that. This is a holiday colorway. It's called Not a Creature Was Stirring. And it is so fun. Look at these greens and these browns. And there's almost like, I would say sagey green and dark green. There's like speckles. I don't know. I hope it's picking that up and not totally washing this out. But I think that's a beautiful color. And my plan is these are going to be a set of Christmas socks. I don't know that I'll do them this year. Probably not. It'll be next year, but I was thinking this is the main color and then do some red accents because I think that would be a really fun Christmas sock. The traditional colors. And this is on her footsie base. So that is 80/20 blue face and nylon. So yeah, 400 yards. And again, it's Voolenvine. She has a podcast as well. That's super awesome. I always watch hers. It's really well made. And then, this is super fun. So I have looked at her Solstice colorway. Every time it comes, I think, oh, I should really get some of it. Well, I finally did. And this time I got a kit. So she was doing these kits for one of her patterns. She came out with a new cowl pattern. And then she also has an apple cider hat that takes where you hold a strand of mohair and a strand of fingering together. So she had these kits going, which she does not do kits all the time. So I was excited to grab one of those. But this colorway is called Solstice. Oh, look at this color. I mean, it is just so pretty with those speckles of blue in there. And it's such a soft color. And then this is the mohair. Puts them together. I'm so excited about this. So yeah, Solstice, which is coming up like a couple days, right? Or tomorrow, maybe? I don't even know what the date is today, but I know that it's really close. So very fun. I'm super excited. My idea for this ultimately was to do an everyday slouchy beanie by Tristan, I believe is her name. Hope I'm saying that right. I'll put it down in the info. But that is, I think, what I'm going to do with this and hold them together. It's either going to be that or those socks that, although I don't know that I want to do socks with it. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Super excited. The color is absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to wind it up and cast it on here. You can really see some of the speckles down there. Hopefully I'm not blurring out here or anything. Super cool. So yeah, Solstice Voolenvine. So that was what I got on that update. And things go so quick that I knew I really, really wanted this. So I bought this right away, and then I refreshed the page, and then there was still this left. So I bought that really quick. So I ended up having to put in 2 orders because I am not kidding. It is unbelievable. She's also just put up, and I'm so sad. I tried to get it twice, and I'm telling you, I was sitting there refreshing at the time of the update, and I didn't get it either time. By the time I rang out, it was sold out already, and that was her. She's doing a mystery skein for winter solstice, and it's a Valeris solstice, which is a reference to, oh God, what is wrong with me? I literally have the book of Court of Mist and Fury right over there. A Court of Thorn and Roses. Sorry. I'm rereading the books right now, so I can't even believe that I couldn't think of that. But anyway, it's a reference to that, and I really tried to get it, and like I said, she did 2 updates on that, and I couldn't get it either time. So that was a bummer, but it is what it is. Wasn't meant to be this year, I guess. Which is fine, because I've probably got enough yarn to, well, I have enough yarn that I will never knit it. I will die before my yarn is knitted. So the other thing I got was Lambstrings Yarn. And this is a fun little Christmas sock set. And it's her Krampus Christmas. So she had kind of the traditional Happy Christmas and then the more little evil Christmas. But I really liked the idea of the dark colors. This was mystery, so I didn't know what it was going to be, but I had a feeling it was going to be a little bit darker than kind of the traditional Christmas colors. There's still greens and reds, and then notice the contrast is obviously a bright red and then a dark, but I thought that was really pretty. This is the first time I've gotten Lambstring yarn, so I'm excited to knit with it. I'm already super happy with the colors. So I think that'll be fun. So that'll be another Christmas pair of socks. And then I was also thinking, because these colors would be fun maybe even for Theo, to do a pair of socks for him in this too. Because I don't have very large feet. So I do believe if I did a shorter cuff, I could very easily do socks for me and him out of the same skein. I think that I would have plenty left over. So there's that. And then just a couple more, right? Yeah. Couple more. So this is a sweaters quantity. I did a pre-order. So this is from Stress Knits. And I 100% know what I'm doing with this. The color's called Rust Belt. I mean, is this not the most beautiful autumn rusty orange color ever? I mean, I think it is. So, yeah, it's going to be a sweater. Not 100% sure about which sweater yet, but I got 4 skeins, so I feel like no matter what I pick, for the most part, it is fingering, so we'll be fingering white sweater. No matter what I pick, I feel like I'll have enough to do it. I was thinking about Andrea Mowry's wool and honey sweater. Kind of has that like honeycomb motif on the top. I think this would be super cool in that. I think. So that might very well be what this is. But yeah, so that's excited. I did like I said, I did it as a pre-order. So I ordered it quite a while ago, but it got here recently. I really hope you can see those variegations in that rust, but it's beautiful. So yeah, that's from Stress Knits. And then one more set here And this, I do have plans. I really have been enjoying knitting those Colorwork socks, and I've had another pattern that I got ages ago called Waiting for Henry. A Waiting for Henry sock. It takes 3 colors, a main color and then 2 contrast colors. And I've sort of just been waiting for the right colors because I know that I really want to knit these. So I think I finally found them. And this is from Little Lionhead Knits. This is a cashmere. This is my first cashmere sock because I feel so fancy having cashmere socks. Here's her logo here. The name of the color is Hints of Autumn. And oh my goodness, it's so subtle and beautiful. It's just the soft cream with just subtle rust, browns. I mean, it's just very soft speckling. Totally obsessed. I love colors like this. Heavy speckling's not necessarily my thing. I usually tend to like more plain colored yarns. Oh, here, I hope I can show you this. Just see that colors in there. They're so pretty. And then she sells minis, which I love when dyers sell minis. Like single minis. I don't have to get a set. I can kind of pick and choose and build my own. So I got these 2 here. And I'm going to butcher these color names because I don't totally remember. I believe this was Into the Pines, or something along those lines. Into the Pines, something along those lines. That kind of rhymed, didn't it? Sorry. Anyway, and then this was Grandpa's Suitcase, I believe, something like that. And this is such a cool color. I thought online it was a little more red, but it's not, and I'm actually really happy about that. It's a little bit more, leans a little more orange rust, which I think is super cool with the way it picks up the speckling here. So ultimately these socks will be these colors. I think those are going to be amazing. And I'm so excited. And like I said, I'm so happy. I love it when dyers have minis that you can just get. I mean, it's great for color work, things like that. And I don't mind if they sell a set of minis, but oftentimes there's like 1 or 2 in that set that I really want. I don't really care for the whole thing. And then I have all these other leftover minis that I don't want to use. Or not that I don't want to use, but I don't have anything to use for. They kind of end up languishing in my stash. But yeah, so that's Little Lionhead Knits. And I know she is on, and her Instagram's beautiful. So she's definitely worth following on Instagram too. So that's it. Which that was quite a bit, I think. Like I had 4 finished things. I still can't believe it. I keep saying it because I can't believe it. I never finish that much stuff this quick. I'm a bit slow, and I'm also a little bit like squirrel-like, where I do something for a little bit and then switch to another and switch to another. So I'm glad I concentrated and gotten some stuff done. Hopefully those socks will be done definitely by the next time that we talk, and then maybe even that Vertices Unite. I'm so close, you guys. And with the holiday coming up, I'm going to have kind of some time off, although time off during the holiday usually ends up with a lot of family time and being busy and all of that, but I love it. Christmas is my favorite time of year, so I'm super excited. I think we're doing cookie baking this weekend, and then we have here in St. Louis, we have the Missouri Botanical Gardens, so it's a really well-renowned botanical garden, and they do lights at night. So the whole garden, it's just gorgeous. If you're ever here during the holidays, it's totally worth going to see, but they have all the, they have a whole get up and you walk around all the gardens and see everything, and there's like hot cocoa and you can make s'mores along the way, and it's super cool. So that's at the Missouri Botanical Gardens. We're going to take Theo there this weekend, and yeah, get into the holiday season, I guess. I can't believe it's almost over though, really. So yeah, happy holidays, whatever holiday it is that you celebrate, if any. And I hope to see you again soon. And thanks for coming and watching and making it to the end. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.